Cruising in my lane fast, call it high speed. I've been working hard, yeah, I've been working nightly. If you think you'll win, ha, not fucking likely. I be taking shots, yeah, cold-blooded, icy. Watching numbers grow is what I call sightseeing. In the front row, run it up when they hype me. The following grows, they know how to ignite me. Call me CEO, I've been running shit right, see. And I ain't playing games, I create my own lane, making pleasure out of.
G'day and welcome back to the channel, Ginger Ninja's Movie Reviews. I am the Ginger Ninja and these are my Franchise Friday movie reviews. If you're new to my channel, thank you very much for tuning in, stopping by and checking it out. If you could, please do give this video a thumbs up, be much appreciated. And of course, subscribe to my channel, also appreciate it. But you're probably wondering what we're doing here and what is Franchise Friday? Well, Franchise Friday is where I look at an entire franchise from start to finish, and this week we are looking at Hellbound, Hellraiser 2, following up from the fantastic Hellraiser film from 1987. Now this one is a little bit different and does have a different director, but has most of the original cast returning. We'll touch on that in a bit. But yeah, look, before I do want to say a big thank you to all my new and existing subscribers. Every week you guys are checking out my franchise reviews and it truly means the world to me because I'm enjoying checking out most of the films in these franchises. Yeah, we've done a few now. We've done, we finished off Wrong Turn on a high note, which was great, but there were a few rough patches in there. What'll Hellraiser be like? Well, I think we all know what it's going to be like, but looking back on those films, is it going to be as bad or as good as we think? That's what we're here to find out. So anyway, Hellraiser 2, or Hellbound Hellraiser 2 from 1988, came out a year after the original, and it's directed by Tony Randall. The film stars Kenneth Branagh, hope I'm pronouncing that right, but we also see the return of Ashley Laurence, Claire Higgins, Sean Chapman, and of course Doug Bradley, but we also have Imogen Boorman and William Hope in there as well. Now, the plot, and this is direct from IMDb. Kirsty is brought to an institution after the horrible events of Hellraiser. Now, I'm not sure if this is the same institution that she was put into in the first film, like that might have been a police station, but looked very similar to me. But now this is where an occult-obsessive head doctor resurrects Julia and unleashes the Cenobites and their demonic underworld. Yeah, doesn't really make a lot of sense, but it kind of is partially correct. Yeah, there are a lot of puzzle boxes in this one, which I don't know if that's ever really described or if they really delve into it as to why there's so many puzzle boxes. I thought there was only one lament configuration. Guess what? There was definitely 3 that we see in one scene. Then in another scene, there's probably about 6 or 7. Yeah, where did they all come from? I don't know. Anyway, look, this quickly came out after the original, like I said, only 1 year. So it picking right up where the original ended, it wastes no time in delving deeper into the mythos of the Hellraiser universe, which was a fantastic start. I don't think they really continued on with that too much like they did in 3 and 4, but I don't know. I felt there was more, and I know in the comics that they did bring out, it really delved into the Cenobite history, the world, everything, but we're not talking about the comics. We are talking about Hellraiser 2, so let's get into the cast. Now, with most of the original cast returning, with probably the exception being Andrew Robinson, who for some reason, I didn't look into it too much, but if I can find it, I'll pop it up here. Yeah, he just refused to appear in the second film. There are some cameo appearances from him, maybe from reused scenes from the first film, but anyway. Most of the original cast return, and this does help with the continuity of the film because we have Ashley Laurence reprising her role as Kirsty Cotton, and again she brings a mix of vulnerability but determination to her character. And I will say this, with other franchises like Nightmare on Elm Street in particular, 3 and 4, you have a change in the lead actress, and it really kind of takes her. I think they did it for like maybe to 4 and 5 as well. I'm not 100% sure. No, it was definitely 3 to 4. So yeah, like Ashley Laurence's portrayal makes Kirsty a relatable and sympathetic protagonist amidst all the chaos that's happening. Like I said, in that first role, she's walking around, in that first movie, she's walking around in daze after she's just seen Frank, skinless Frank. That would be enough to send anyone into a daze in shock, you know. We also have Clarehiggins returning as Julia, and I actually preferred her in this one than the previous one. Like, she is malevolent and she's manipulative and she's evil in this. Her performance definitely adds a lot of depth to Julia, making her a formidable antagonist and also a villain, which was her intended role in the series. It was actually she was supposed to be the main villain throughout the series, but Pinhead proved to be more popular, which is totally understandable because, yeah, it's Pinhead. I can't imagine being any other way, but it would have been interesting to see Julia as the main villain moving forward. We also have Kenneth Branagh, introduced as Dr. Chenard. He's chilling and captivating, and his transformation from a curious doctor to a monstrous Cenobite, it kind of serves as a horrifying commentary on the dangers of, you know, unchecked ambition and curiosity. Because, you know what they say about curiosity? Well, it didn't kill him, it turned him into a freak, but, well, whatever, freak. It turned him into a Cenobite. A really weird one. He's got this, yeah, I'll discuss more about it in the, you know, things, but you can actually see what he looked at like on the cover here. Hopefully you can see that. If not, I'll pop it up, but pop an image. He's got this weird tentacle thing attached to his head, which kind of harkens back to some of the scenes where he's doing lobotomies or he's doing brain surgery. Yeah, very interesting. And of course, Doug Bradley. Once again, we've got Doug Bradley delivering a memorable performance as Pinhead. But not just Pinhead, as his human counterpart, which, you know, we see in the history of the Cenobites in this one and in the next one as well, Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. And he just exudes this quiet menace. It is terrifying and intriguing. And it's his human side as well, like I mentioned, like seeing that, it's just a different feel. Like we see the kind of the creation of Pinhead. Yeah. I really enjoyed seeing how we delve into the origins of the Cenobites. I really wish they could have done more with that, but yeah. Anyway, Doug Bradley, top notch. So onto the directing and the writing, and Tony Randall effectively builds on Barker's original vision, and he does craft a sequel that feels both connected and expansive. His direction ensures that the film's pace is relentless and it pulls viewers deeper into this nightmarish world with each scene. Like I said, with the history of the Cenobites, you see Chenard's, his office, and there's a lot of history there. And whilst I would have loved to have seen some of the writing expand on that, it gives you enough. It gives you little bits of, it's like, you know, laying a trail of breadcrumbs. You just want more and more and more, something like that. And you can see with the direction, you can see there is a difference clearly from Barker's direction to this one. Tony Randall seems to like to use a lot of forced perspective. And I do mean a lot. It's kind of like a kid with a new toy. He's discovered this new angle he can shoot from, and he's just it's like, feels like it's in every scene of the movie. But that being said, the narrative structure is a little bit chaotic, and this can be a little bit disorienting. And I know there were some rewrites that needed to be done pretty quickly, and that's due to Andrew Robinson not wanting to be part of the film. Yeah, the overall feel of it does feel disjointed, but it also brings you into it like it's a nightmare and you feel trapped in this nightmare. So it does work in that way. But yeah, it could have been more streamlined. And look, this pacing's, it may feel uneven to some, but as it alternates between slow and atmospheric build-up and then sudden, intense sequences of horror, like I said, the unevenness, it contributes to this unsettling atmosphere throughout the film. Now onto the effects. And look, visually, Hellbound Hellraiser 2 is a feast for fans of the macabre. The use of matte paintings to show the expanse of the hell dimension, which you do see in the background here. You see, hopefully it'll come up eventually, but you see the expanding world of hell. It's just these set of, maybe this is it. Yeah, this is it coming up. So check this out. You see all these arches, these doorways, but it just moves along further and further. It pans out, and then you see this gentleman right here, Leviathan. Gentleman, probably not gentleman, but it's this use of the matte paintings to show the expanse of this hell dimension that's just a visual treat, and it gives you a really unsettling experience. And look, even by today's standards, it is dated, but I really dig the way they did that. And they do it not just in that scene, but other scenes through the movie. And it's this design of hell that's overseen by the godlike Leviathan that's memorable for me. And it does invoke a sense of dread and disorientation. It's like that, there's that famous painting with the stairs and they go in all odd directions. That's what it feels like to me. But there is one thing that still bugs me about the set design, and at about an hour and 2 minutes. Yeah, a little bit under that. And between an hour and 1 minute, an hour and 2 minutes, you see Kirsty lean up against a wall, and the wall itself moves. It's a small thing, but it's always bugged me and it's always stuck with me. So every time I watch it, I have to look out for that scene, like just to see it. And look, no movie, well, barely any movie's perfect. I'm sure there are some perfect movies out there, which I probably won't be discussing given what I normally discuss. But yeah, that one moment takes me out of it. But then I'm pulled back in with the makeup and practical effects that are used to bring the Cenobites to life. These are so gruesome and effective, and they just enhance the film's disturbing atmosphere. The skinless versions of Frank and Julia are, again, they're great, and they're even better this time, in my opinion. When Julia emerges from the mattress, her face just coming out looks fantastic. The skinless version of her, you see her from the back, you see the bone, like the shoulder blades, the spine, the ribs. It looks fantastic. And like I said, these are bloody, they're slimy, they're dripping. Yeah, it's gruesome. The transformation of Dr. Chenard into a Cenobite is particularly memorable, and it kind of blends body horror in a way and has a sort of sick elegance to it as things happen to him. We also see the creation of Pinhead as well, which is very similar but different. There is also a lot of stop motion effects used in this, which are particularly, I wouldn't say they're particularly memorable, but they do stick out to me because I just watched it, with these things that protrude from his hand. And they turn into different things. Like one of them's a scalpel, there's a flower in one, he's pulls out a finger and one of them beckons. It's gruesome, it's great looking. It doesn't quite hold up to today's standards, but that's due to the stop motion that was used in those effects. But still, I really dig it. Now, on for rewatchability, and look, as a direct follow-up to the masterpiece that is Hellraiser, it would be no easy feat to do. This one doesn't quite hit the same high notes as the original, but it is a great follow-up, and it does expand the Hellraiser universe, and it's an easy double feature to re-watch. So, final thoughts. And look, Hellbound Hellraiser 2 is a worthy sequel that builds upon the foundation laid by its predecessor. It ventures into the nightmarish world of the Cenobites and offers a visual and thematically rich experience for horror fans. Yeah, it may not be for the faint of heart, but its nightmarish depiction of hell and the exploration of dark themes do make it a standout in the horror genre. For those who appreciate the blending of horror and surrealism, Hellraiser or Hellbound Hellraiser 2, it's a must-watch. For a score, I would give this film a 7 out of 10. So there you have it. That is my review of Hellbound Hellraiser 2. Have you seen this film? What did you think of it? I really want to know. I do enjoy this film, especially as a follow-up to Hellraiser. I think it just moves straight into it. I do think the difference in directing styles can be a bit jarring watching them back to back, but would I have liked to see more out of the origins? Yes. Would I have liked to see more about the box? Yes. We do get that further down the track. Like I said, that will be coming. Will I enjoy it as much on these watches? Well, only one way to find out, and that is by hitting that like button. Be much appreciated, but also subscribing to my channel. Yeah, hit that notification bell so that way you're notified every time I do release a new review. Going through the Hellraiser franchise, so next Friday we'll have Hellraiser 3, Hell on Earth. Look, I don't want to spoil it for you, but I really dig that one. Like I do, it's just fun. Yeah. Anyway, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.